morning. I'm writing from the south of the equator of provincial Cosenza, which is out near 50 kilometers away from Cosenza, it's between Salerno and there's Valencia. And it's up on the mountains. This is Sandro E Fermo and schizophrenic so-called terror. So there's independence of intellectuality. There should be a correlated reality between both mother and father and son, so we can later common political gains and have some conversational fun. Latin American stratospheric outlook demonstrates who is today's society to be a corrupt. And stupidly concluding that this is a westernized optic, but assuming demonstrates why a book like hate and fake cultural discrimination is touring a prosperous nation. Because computer graphics, which you often do with my head, pre-programmed sense of cowardice, and it unleashes a tide of despair towards us about this world, about they who about this world apparently care. They care, I've only put on their own meanings. Authoritative superiority sometimes is a fixed notoriety to enrich one's soul with a star-spangled idiotic goal. But when society begins to investigate the innocent people, then you'll know why only our stay upon this earth is just propagated. It's like a propagated sense of guilt towards the jester who has just become the king. For the fear of diversity and the differential, colloquial, and pensive divinity of forming a rationalized thought, conceiviously proves that some men cannot be bought. And an accident and pain to fill one's need of some sort of gain creates an absurd confinement within friendly walls. Because again, authority prophecy must make it, in quotation marks, on a poor lad that is really not all that bad, and does not share their astonishment at one to live in a non-migrant's home, because doesn't the charter of rights allow us even meant to the Rome. We don't need that constitution for that matter, where we like to live and play, in which friendship does not ignore a sick pup offering the thirsty American glasses. Yes, for Americans, even set up. Pretension, formality, and a rhyming need of freedom has now interpreted who is really guilty of treason. And delusional grandeur is the megalomaniacs within a sense of self-superance. I would return to the ways of the concentration camp. And why are their agents versus the fourth from a Halabian land? Is that they are akin to admit that this was upon my mother's, and that is what is upon my mother's back, so we pray to be dead. And not some unofficial rhetorical psychiatrist that was constrained towards the government, dominate my angry, raging fist. I am no master, oh dear. My dear Canada, when a decent person, when a prisoner who is now towards your grander listening, but with a tint of displeasure, I cannot but fear your authoritarian around. Enthusiasm of right, quanto molti siamo?
3,50.
Enthusiasm of righteous fanatics that are not falsifying of me as the populace is appraisal of forfeiting bank cards and drunken bars. The pyramid's real triangular shape to create a non-linearizing trinity of proper gestures and non-ambiguities. For suppose the dangerous qualities by now are stupid normality, and a blessed devil is the champion of normal, with his whim of his whimsically and not more pleasing frugality. To preclude an antagonist with a flawed ideology, with someone's idea of fun, manually and beautifully knowing who was put on the run, and whimpered like a sheep, like a shepherd's sheep, because upon my fascinating stature get it. But the familiarity of hate that must come in with faith and connect itself with something bigger, the truth. Nigerian princess and a presidential black man that could truly interpret the Muslim streets without suffering bushes like sanctified feet. You're talking about bushes, the same churches, you're not talking bullshit, just like he was. That was a jackass. And cleanse the state of racism without fearing angry or altruism for God and Christ, or pleading to no longer starve the nations of need without the insanity of a loose rhetorical feed. For the money America has spent on Iraq to help them to land that is without supposedly a righteous man, where it does not breed terrorism but famine and it is age-ridden, and there is no need for their unprosperous nation. But a pathetic work ethic to invigorate false Americana with a machine gun and disgusting culinary spatula is making the Pentecostalist drool single-handedly upon a cherished fool who is non-immediately disgusted by what the supposed great nation has thrusted, the lust for war in a cherished criminalized war, who sells her body in corporate distress with her gown misguided omnipotence. Her peace is afraid of getting innocently laid by a true lover and not some paid-for detective who was stupidly undercover to capture an inkling of future greatness without the false perception of happiness. There's a journey from Hollywood and New York, a self-enchanted pompous stork who cannot discern safety from a Bushian legacy, who enthralls the masses with stereotypical ideas of what a melting pot stash is, a Protestant falsehood, and a dead Catholic afterglow. That's far in the name. That far in the name of politics is one hell of a show. How many minutes ago?
7:17.
Went in the positive note. The note, positive note. The correlative aspects of dispersed yet decency with the foremost superiority of righteous ethics is a grounded excursion into an appraisal of colloquialism and hopefully non-hologram solutions